Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's podcast chit chat. With me, Kate May, Modern Day Mystic. It's been a bit of a month. I haven't been able to do this for a few weeks because it's been super busy, and then I went and lost my voice. So lots to catch up on, lots to talk to you about. Let's just update you with a few things there. So before we get into the Feng Shui, the tarot, and the moon's energy and everything else that we're going to talk about. So good news is that over these last few months I've been working super hard on loads of new downloads for you guys, and some of these are going to be free, some of these will be between £11 and £22 depending on how big they are, and there are things from obviously Feng Shui and tarot to download, but also different psychic development aspects. There is astrology, there is numerology. There's so many. I can't even remember all of them. But they are, this is the good news. And we're not even in Mercury retrograde, but they are available on my website as a download. And it'll either be in the resources section or it will be in the shop if they are bought ones. The bad news is you can't get into my website because it's crashed. So to make the bookings, you have to go through the booking Tidy Cow, which there is a link on my Instagram, takes you directly there, or you can message me. And it's to do with the domain name, where I've had a new website, which I'm loving. It's so lovely and pretty and pink, and it's just lovely. And what's really interesting about that, I'm going to divert, is that I didn't know that pink was one of my power colours at the time, and the website designers designed it, and I just gave them a few colours. Pink was one of them, but it was almost like a beigey pink, as well as it was all neutral colours, as well as splashes of turquoise, which I like, and the website's turned out to be quite pink, but I'm loving it. And then I did my personal power numbers from the Feng Shui, which is another download, which I've done for you guys. And that helps you with what clothes to wear for interviews or for important meetings or for parties or for dating. And what are you going to be your power colours, what's going to support you, but also what's going to drain you. And just happens to be that one of mine is pink. And also, which was very strange, my personal direction for success is the southwest, which is also on that same download, and that will be, I believe it's £11 for that download to work it all out, plus your Chinese animal number. You just can't get it yet. And that personal success area is important in every room, but particularly a room that you work from. And I just happen to have my office and my dressing room, got two, in my southwest area. And I just happened to have recently, in the summer, had it all done out in pink rose, beautiful roses. So that was very strange and very good for me. A lot of people ask me about colours in Feng Shui, so I am digression. So that download is going to be able to help you with that, what colours to wear. And the colours of the home and the colours of the front door are more personal. You wouldn't want to be changing, the colours of your home change every year. So you really wouldn't, unless you're like me, wouldn't want to be redecorating every single year, but you can add accents. So for example, it's fire in this room. This is my southeast area, fire. So that's why I've got some orange cushions. The house element will never change. And the house, I've forgotten the word now, but the colour for the house, and mine is fire. And I, again, just happened to paint my front door a couple of years ago yellow. How about that? So we can definitely do your front doors if you wanted to really go all out, but there are things you can do if you don't want to do that. But certainly colours of the home, you don't want to be redecorating everywhere, so just accents. So that was really interesting for me to find that out. So yes, that is one of the downloads. So there's the good news there. The bad news, we can't get access to the website just yet, to do with this transfer, to do with the domain name transferring. Hopefully we'll have it sorted soon. The other things I've been busy doing, so we have our new development circle that started back up last night, super full, lots of new people and a new venue, which is lovely to have the space is just going to be a big game changer, and the energy is still good. I was worried about the energy because we built up such a nice energy in my shop, and I was worried like, but actually it's all right. So that I know is going to be good. Lots of people have asked when will I do my online psychic development class. It is coming, but because the website's down, I can't send my emails out or the newsletters. So I'm planning to start that mid-October, but I'll just have to see who and how I can go about sorting that out. Hopefully it will be sorted by then. Other things I've been doing in the background is my book. I'm really, really excited. I haven't got Loki with me today. I've got Betsy Rose. Is my book, and I don't have a title properly for it yet, but basically it's Tarot, Feng Shui and Manifesting, bringing the whole thing together. It's not going to be a traditional Feng Shui book because there's my teacher's bringing one out, which is going to be absolutely amazing. So obviously I don't want to cross over with what she's doing, and it wouldn't anyway, but I don't want to. And it's not going to be a traditional tarot book because there's some amazing tarot books already out there. And it's not going to be a traditional manifestation one. More than any of that, it will be on the manifestations side of things, more than those two other elements. But it's about bringing it all together in my own mystic, unique way. So I'm really excited about that. And I've had a publisher who's interested in it. So I've written a lot about it, and I've got to just tweak some bits for the proposal. As normal, I've waffled too much in it for a proposal. So I've got to take a lot out, send a proposal over, and then I can get on with writing all the chapters. I'm really excited about that. Of course, we've got our cruise coming up. That's sold out. That's in a few weeks, our psychic cruise, 29th of September. So really looking forward to that. Once it's done, that will be a big thing off my shoulders. And I have had some amazing opportunities. We've had our big Mind, Body, Spirit fair in Poole at the weekend. Very busy. Did a lovely talk there, and the beautiful Melinda Messenger was also one of our speakers. And I'm not going to quite share some news, but we do have some other news that will be shared later on that hopefully she has expressed interest in. But hopefully I'll be able to share that soon. And yes, hopefully Melinda, if we can get the dates all married up, that she will be joining us on something there. But that I shall announce more later on for that. And yeah, what else have I been up to? Because it just feels like it's been forever since I've spoke. And it feels like I've been doing lots and lots of different things. What a fabulous summer. What a fabulous summer. Not only was it great weather, I got lots done. Usually I don't like to work in the summer. I normally like to have everything done by about May so I can just chill out and enjoy the sun. And this year, typically we had a great summer, and I had lots and lots of work on doing all these downloads, redoing the website. I re-recorded my whole tarot course, so that's going to be new. Of course, I can't upload it yet, but it will be out soon. And there's a whole new workbook in that, which makes my other workbook look shocking, if I'm honest. So not going to talk about the past. We're just going to look forward to the upgrade of the future. So yeah, I was super busy, but I did get the balance, and I hope everybody else did get the balance of enjoying the sun, but also getting on top of what they needed to do. And now it feels like lots of things are starting to really just settle down. So normally I work hard in the winter, play in the summer, but it looks like, apart from the book, touch wood, it looks like I could have a bit more of a gentle winter this year. Although Karen and I are planning a New York trip at Christmas for the Christmas market. Not obviously on Christmas, but before that. It's hopefully going to be a bit calmer than our Amsterdamage weekend, but who knows with me and Karen, it really could go one way or the other, to be honest. So we're looking forward to Niagara Falls, obviously Bloomingdale's, and tomorrow's the 11th, we are going to visit the Twin Towers there, Respect, Statue of Liberty. We're going to do it all. We're going to be proper tourists, so that's going to be really cool. Cole and I had a sneaky weekend in Lanzarote a couple of weeks ago. It was a lastminute.com, and literally booked it the week before, and it was so nice. to just chill. Didn't have great internet, which is fine, and very, very windy in Lanzarote, much windier than what I ever thought, but the heat was very intense, and I've got a lovely tan. You can't see it now, but that was really nice, really nice. So, and I've also been booked for several more talks. I've got one tomorrow night. Tonight I'm actually on SPTV. If you're watching this on Wednesday, SPTV on their TikTok and on their Facebook, talking about Feng Shui. It's my monthly slot. Couldn't do it last month, too busy. So skip that, back on it today. Tomorrow night I'm at Horndean Positive Living doing a talk on Feng Shui. And then I've got a couple of fairs, one in Reading towards the end of the month, 27th, and then one in October in Hayling, and I've got a talk with Jackie White's Positive Living Group up Lyndhurst Way. I think it's the 18th, Wednesday, the 18th of October, I think, on Feng Shui as well. It's all Feng Shui. It's amazing. So I'm really, really grateful for that. So it's been super busy. But now, like I say, seasons have changed. Things are getting back to like a kind of routine-ish there. Number one, son is at work, so that's not going to change. But number two, son is at college now. He started today, his induction. I got the days wrong. He should have gone in Monday. He went today. Anyhow, so he's doing carpentry, so that'd be so handy, because you know me, I do like having things done. And Paul Collins, not handyman on that level at all. Handy in other ways, but not in DIY stuff there. So yes, all is well. And I want to talk about the moon things first of all. I think I do want to talk about that first of all, but maybe not. No, I want to touch actually lots of to do with the children going back to school, to do with going back to college, and just getting back to normal with the energy. Now, obviously now it's autumn for a lot of us. Some of us, if you're in Australia, you're moving into the summer. How lucky. But it's a change of season nonetheless. And it is a going back to school, college vibe as well. So I did post some things to do with children's bedrooms to help children in going back to school. And that's what I'm going to share. And it also doesn't have to be children, it can be young adults, but there are things to do with the home as we go into this new change of season. We're in Virgo's energy. We've got 2 new moons, had one, got another one towards the end of the month. Virgo is all about getting on it, being organised, decluttering, tidying, focused, and just feeling like we need to get things sorted. Just interesting how that is in September, and the kids go back to school in September. Who did that, I wonder? So this energy at the moment, with the transition of going from maybe one class to another, or one school, one college, or just back to work, whatever it is, there's things that you can do around you to help your home. Now, obviously, a full home analysis is going to be the game changer. It's going to be very personal, and it's going to work, and it's going to really upgrade everything. But I get that it's quite expensive. And for me, it's £333 if people want me to do it, or £444 if you want me to come out. So I get that's a lot of money. There's a lot of work that goes into that, and it's not one thing. We work together for about 3 or 4 months. So that's when I've looked at all the other people's, that is in keeping, or actually it's quite a bit less. But anyhow, that's what it is. But I know that that's expensive. So I have done things on my Instagram and here, there and everywhere, where to try and give people tips. I've got another plan which I'll talk about in a minute, to do with more tips, and obviously these downloads where there are more tips as well. Once my website is done, you will be able to comment on Instagram, and it will send you automatic links to things. I'm going to get super organised in this season. But one of the things is, obviously the decluttering. This is a great time when you've gone back to school, or if you've got new things to declutter. Just get rid of stuff you don't want anymore. We're going to build up, I'm going to say the C word, we're building up to Christmas. And this is a great time to have a home analysis if you want things to be really calm, if you want this time of year to support you through any changes, even if you're moving home. Moving home is a great time to have it done into your new home, obviously. There are things you can do to help you sell your house as well. But decluttering is one of the things. tidying your cupboards, just getting things, washing things down, making everything set for this new season, talking to your home. I tell my clients a lot, sounds a bit nuts, but to talk to your home, tell it if you're going to make a change, ask it to support you in certain things. Many years ago, I read a book, Christian, I think his name is, and it was called The House Whisperer, and it really help me to get a good relationship with my home in talking. Tell it if you're going to knock a wall down. So talk to your home, explain that you're going through a new season, a new chapter, and get it to help you. Inventories, going through each room, one room at a time, don't want to overwhelm yourself, and looking at what it is that needs doing in that room, just making a note, do one room. Might be a light bulb that needs fixed, it might need a bit of paint needs doing on something, it may need a cushion that needs perhaps a bit of sewing. Just make a note, have a look around, what do you need to do, what's comfortable, what's not, do you enjoy where you're sitting, or are you twisting your neck to look behind you? Little things that you can do which will make the biggest difference can start now. In the bedrooms of things, children's bedrooms particularly, or any child, any age there, we're looking at them. They will need to feel supported through these changes. So no adult bedroom wants this, let me say this, you don't want this in your bedroom if you're in romantic relationships or you're at an age where you want romance. But families of photos, photos of families are very good for children, really good to make children feel secure, feel safe. And photos of groups of children playing is going to help them to make new friends. What we don't really want is floordrobe. We don't really want toys out of boxes or shoes all over the place. It's going to be hard, especially if your child is like one of mine, actually both of them really, do live in a bit of a mess. I'm constantly, really winds me up. Not in an angry way, it's just like my OCD, it just does my head in. So trying to put things away, keeping a lid on things. If you can't do anything else, put a lid on it in a box. Wardrobes, clothes. Clothes can make us feel tired overnight, and shoes can make us feel tired overnight. Children's bedrooms, if they've got toys, pop them away. It's really good to have certificates, to have trophies, anything where they've achieved something in the south area of their bedroom. So putting up some nice trophies. I've got all football in mine, both mine. So having those up, little bit of red in the south is good for achievement and recognition, success there. We don't want lots of reds in bedrooms because it's fiery colours and it may make your child feel a little bit angry or anxious. So we don't want too many fiery colours, just a tiny bit there to maybe give them a bit of an oomph. We want to keep the light in, so we want the curtains open whenever you can and the windows open whenever you can. Now my son likes it all dark, he's got dark everything, so he's got ADHD, so he likes things dark. And as soon as he goes out, I'm opening the window. As soon as he comes in, he's closing the curtains. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. So as much as you can, try and bring some outside energy in of that light, because that really is going to help things settle down and bring a sense of, cleanse the energy as well, but also bring some higher vibration to it there. Check your clock's work in your children's bedroom. You don't want them to be stuck in time. And just if they've got office desks or some of their college work or school work, try and have it neatly in, again, either sealed colour, in sealed envelopes, like those plastic envelopes, that's what I'm thinking of, sealed, or in a neat storage way in their bedrooms. If they've got desks, try and make sure that their desk is facing the door, but with their back against the chair. And I get that that's not going to be really easy for everybody to do that. I've had, again, a couple of clients where they couldn't do that. So what we've suggested is putting a mirror on their desk where they could see the door, even if their back, is behind a wall, but they can't see the door. The back is going to support you. If you have a wall behind you, it's going to support you. We really don't want any negative pictures, any aggressive pictures, anything that means war, or any abstract that's like sharp edges around. We want to keep things soft. We want to keep things playful. So happy pictures, fun pictures, family pictures, group friend pictures, and where they can see their door easy from where they sleep or where they work, so that they feel they're not watching their back all the time. Okay, so just a few things. Also, you could put in the particularly the northwest area of their bedrooms, but in their bedrooms, a globe to help them with their knowledge and their education side of things there. Everyone else in the home, this is a great time to have that declutter and just to get things prepared for the next season, that C word. Get things prepared so that when it comes to that, because we're always busy at Christmas, and if you get organised now, it's going to be much smoother. We're always busy, we've always got to run around, this is a bit busier, that is a bit busier. So maybe like getting organised now and decluttering things now will make the space for what you need to come in then. And lots of us have jobs that we just want to get done by the end of the year. So getting on top of that now, not putting too much pressure on yourself. So I'm going to go into the moon energy, and then I want to go back to the Feng Shui for something else. Okay, and then I want to talk about something else. So let's go and look into the moon's energy. Now we've had some big energy this summer. We've had the Lion's Den. I was going to say we've had Lion's Gate portal, and we've had the eclipse, the Pisces eclipse. So there's been various other astrological experiences, shall we say, that's been going through the skies. I mean, people are very sensitive at the moment. We're also living in a world which is chaotic. We don't know what's going on. The government don't know what's going on. So how are we going to know what's going on? And I think that in all that chaos, outside world chaos, is where it's super important for your home to be your safe place. But more than that, your heart to be your safe place. And just to bring that energy in a little bit and breathe and kind of just do what makes you feel happy. And your vibration, once you've found that inner peace and that happiness, and you just think, what makes me happy? I'm just going to do this, and kind of try and shut out what's going out on the world. You'll end up helping yourself, which will then help others because your vibration will be better. If you start worrying about what's going on outside, you've got no control over that. So either go out and help or do something internal around you. I know for sure this year for me it's been so busy, but because of the remedies I've had in the home, it feels super smooth. Normally I'd be stressing and I'd be losing my rag over my website being down. I don't know why. I just feel super calm with it. My lovely Gemma, VA Gemma, is more stressed than I am over it. And I don't know, I just feel super calm about it. There's a little bit of me that thinks maybe it's the universe saying, okay, we're going to slow her down. She's lost her voice, going to slow her down. Did it slow me down? A tiny bit. I have booked tomorrow all out, so that I can just catch up on a few little bits there. But I don't know, I just feel all right about it. So trying to find that inner peace and trying to pull the energy back to you and just thinking, what can I do about that right now? How can I make things easier for myself? Start with yourself, and that will move into everybody else. So the moon's energy last weekend with that eclipse was big. I don't know if anyone saw the eclipse. Beautiful. I did take some pictures and put it onto my Facebook group there, which you can see. So I've written this down. We've already missed a couple of days because I am a bit late. So we've had the moon in Pisces at the weekend. Moon in Pisces energy, that eclipse energy. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, so it's a lot about endings and closure. Pisces is very dreamy and psychic, so our dreams are going to be a bit wild at the moment, but also very important at the moment as well. And you may find that you are super emotional. So we need to keep grounded in that Pisces energy and not be swept away with the tide, not to get over emotional, but just to stay grounded in our breath, in our center, in ourselves. Monday, we moved into the moon in Aries. For me, that was wonderful because my moon is in Aries. So it's a bit of motivation, and it's about fresh starts. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So we start to feel a little bit more like we're moving forward. And more inspired, a little bit more motivated. Tuesday, we've got the moon in Aries trines Venus, which is lovely. Trine is a good thing in astrology. Venus is the planet of love, and it trined in Leo, which is again love, the heart, courage, confidence, magnetism. So what I've put is like, embody the version of you who already has everything you desire. How would they move through the world, manifesting, being the desire that you want to see, being the person that you want to be, and living your dream reality. Wednesday, which is today, the moon enters Taurus, and Taurus energy is very grounding. It's the second sign in the zodiac. It rules money, so we could be looking at finances. It rules values. It rules what's important to you on an earthly level, on a practical, physical level there. So today is about grounding energy, slowing down, practical things. It may be, Taurus are foodies, so it could be looking at what's in your cupboards and nourishing your soul, nourishing your mind, body and soul, but also using that grounding energy and the influence from yesterday's Aries into Taurus of an action about manifestations and visions here, and kind of it not just being a vision, but actually being, we're embodying it, we're taking it on now, we're being part of that. So feel that it's yours, feel it. Taurus are touchy feelies, so we really want to feel the energy now that we want to create. Tomorrow we're still in Taurus energy, so we've still got nice, slow, steady building, feeling grounded, and feeling maybe like we want to cozy up as well there. I'm loving all the new autumn colours that's coming in. Really makes you feel cozy. So have a look at your daily practices tomorrow. What supports you, what's expanding, what habits need upgrading. This year is an upgrade year, without a doubt. It's a year of the snake, so we've got shedding, but it's also an upgrade year, and moving yourself from one stage to another into your reality there. Doesn't mean to say if you miss the boat it's never going to happen, but it just means we've got all this wonderful energy around us to help with the shedding, to help with the realization, to strip us bare, which can be very vulnerable and very painful, but to be the best version of ourselves, true to ourselves, true to our soul. Friday, the moon enters Gemini, meets Uranus. Uranus is the planet of unexpected breakthroughs, really. So expect some breakthroughs come Friday from what we've slowly been working on, and you might find that the universe surprises you with some new opportunities and new paths. So stay open, communicate well. That's what Gemini is, so communicate well, and be open to new opportunities. And actually, something I missed earlier, there was another opportunity. Tomorrow, this is so cool, been invited by my teacher, Kimberly, on Feng Shui, to do a monthly tarot session in her group. So much love. So let me just get Loki and hold on a minute. He's crying at the door. Come here, mate. He's going to come all over me. Not come all over me. He's going to climb all over me. Hey, darling. How's your eye? He's got a poorly eye. Got to the vets. We've been bathing it while we've been waiting for the vets. So, yes, you have, haven't you? So Friday, we want to be open for the unexpected and keep our communication well. Saturday, hair in my mouth. Manifestation is at its big. We've got Mercury coming into the sun's heart of things. Your mind becomes a lot clearer. And so whatever's going on from Friday, that energy is really going to bring a breakthrough and spark inspiration. So whatever you're focusing on, Saturday, it gets like supercharged to go into the next level there. So this really is time now to start really putting your money where your mouth is, and not just thinking, I want this to happen, or I want that to happen, but actually doing it. We're in the doing energy. And then Sunday, we come into the first quarter with the moon, where it's the actions, decisive actions from the eclipse intention, and it enters Cancer on Sunday. So it's all about trusting our intuition, but certainly seeing how things are starting to develop. So there we have the moon's energy. We'll come into the cards in a second there. Oh my God, he's got a leaf on his bum. Okay, I wondered what I touched. So, yes, and when I'm talking about bringing the power back to you, and you having all, like finding that inner peace. Now, I have done things before on this, so I'm just, poor little eye. I just I don't want to go over what I've done before, but some of it will. So here we have the choice of allowing other people to rile us or not. And I know from a personal experience, many years ago, when somebody was doing me wrong, and it was very stressful because it was public, it was to do with work, and there was a lot of lies, and it was very uncomfortable. And one person said to me, Kate, God sees everything. And in that minute, it just like a penny dropping moment. It was like, yeah, I don't have to worry. These are just people. These are just people gossiping. Who are they? My real friends know. That's all I really care about. But more important than that, and this is something that my dad has always brought us up to be, and it just slipped my mind while I was going through all that stress, that as long as you tell the truth, it doesn't matter what's said. It really doesn't matter. And in that minute, I was just like, oh my gosh, it really doesn't. So this week, I had somebody, there's a point to all this. I had somebody who gave me a beautiful review, really nice video review, which I posted. And it's always a bit uncomfortable. Half the time I forget to ask for reviews. But as a business owner, it's really important to have reviews because other people do search you, find, and they want to see reviews. I do, if I go for any job, if I'm a plumber or anything, you want to have a look at reviews. Most of the time it's better to go for recommendations, physical, verbal recommendations. But so sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I remember and people don't do them. Sometimes they do and I forget, whatever. But there's a little bit of me, when you put something out there for attention, whether it's good attention, bad attention, whatever, whether attention is attention, that is ego-led, and that's not a bad thing. That is not a bad thing. We need to do that in certain circumstances. When there is people saying things that aren't nice about you, and I'm saying this because it feels like it's going to resonate with quite a few people at the minute. There is certainly clients I've had that are getting bullied at work at the moment and having some trouble with others outside their influence. So that's where I'm going with all this. When there's stuff going on, weirdly, I've just looked down at the cards, and on the top is winning the battle against any arguments. How weird is that? Stand on your ground. So when there's things going on the outside that you can't control, but you know that you've done the best, you've done your truth, that's all that matters. When there's something where you're sharing something for attention, that is ego-led. So if somebody is saying something horrible about you and they're sharing it around, that's their ego. They want the attention. There is a massive silence there's a massive power in silence. Less is more. And when you're quiet, you just give them no power. You keep all your power. If you scream and shout and lose it, you've given them all your power. And you're just as bad as them to a degree. You can't help that when you're trying to fight for what you believe in. But sometimes silence is golden. And the bottom line of it is, in your soul, that's all you need to really worry about, is that you know the truth. And that's it. It doesn't matter what everybody else says. It really doesn't matter. And this is like when I go and talk about the reviews and posting things. When I've done a reading for someone, my soul knows and their soul knows. That's all that needs to know. They know what I've done. It's touched the points that it needed to. I've helped them. Fabulous. I don't need to tell anyone how brilliant I am, or how thrilled they were, or how, if I've done a Feng Shui, how they've got the job of their dreams, or the girl or the man of their dreams. But sometimes we need that attention because we need to let other people know, because we need to get the work, or we need to get the word out there. So even though it may be done in a positive way, it would still be ego-led, because it's not our soul doing that. Our soul knows. We're not doing it for ourselves. We're doing it because we want attention. But also when there's things going on of a negative, and them are the people that are trying to do it for attention, their souls aren't in a good place, but your soul can be. So my point in all this is that sometimes we need to be ego-led, sometimes we don't. And at the points that we don't, recognise when you don't need to, and recognise what's healthier for your soul, what's better for your soul, what's going to make you feel better. And if you've got some drama around you and you've got people saying horrible things, as much as you might want to punch them in the face, it's going to be better for you to just be quiet. It will die down, and the right people will know the truth. The right people being those that love you, but also you, and the source, God, whatever you want to call it there. That's all that really matters, because at the end of the day, when we all die and go and be dust, it won't matter. All it will matter was that experience and how that went and was handled, that your soul went through. Because when you're over the other side, it's the experience we're talking about. All the people, or the minions, I'm going to call them, or the little people that have got involved in all the gossip, who are they? Who are they? It won't matter there. So just pick your battles wisely, I would say, and be careful where you put your energy. Now, energy is another slight different topic. I'm going to go into it because we're here. We are in what's called cycle 9 for quite a few years, and Feng Shui numbers. Cycle 9 is a fire number. So right now, people are pushing our buttons a little bit more. Some are feeling a bit more fiery. Some are feeling a lot more motivated. It can go in several ways, this fire energy. It burns through things, so things are getting moved on quicker, and that can be good and bad. Things that are needing to kind of be reignited is coming. We are the rising phoenix, most definitely, and it is excellent to have a picture of the rising phoenix with your manifestations on the back and pop that in the south of your home. We are rising out of some dark times, and we've got that power to rise out. If we don't listen to all the outside noise, it doesn't mean that that's not happening and we can't do something about it. We can certainly send healing out to those places. We don't want to ignore and pretend it's not happening. I don't agree with that, because in your subconscious, you know it is. But it's acknowledging it, and then it's acknowledging it in a healthy way for you as well. So if there's your own personal dramas, could be fueled a little bit more at the moment. So try and turn that fire to you, to burn through that and to reignite your soul. Competition sometimes, if it's competition, I honestly wouldn't be where I am now if it wasn't for competition. I flipping love it when somebody does something similar to me, because it means, right, I'm ready for an upgrade. Every single thing I've done, I would say 90% of things I've done, somebody has come on afterwards and done something very similar. Some exactly the same, but very similar. And had they not have done that, I would still be way back. I probably wouldn't have done Feng Shui. I probably wouldn't have done this. I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have had a shop. There's so much I wouldn't have done. But every time somebody every time somebody, I've done courses, and then somebody put identical courses out there. There is a beautiful course called the Lotus Chakra course, a beautiful course, and I taught that for quite a few years, and then so many other people got to teach it, which is great, spreading the love, which is great, but it just made me feel there was too many locally, or we're all doing the same thing, and although there's thousands of people and you go to who you're drawn to, for me, I just felt like I don't like doing the same as everybody else. So that allowed me to leave that, and actually I pass a lot of that on to somebody else, and to go up a level, or not go up a level, just go to a different vibe and learn something new. So competition is healthy, and your mindset on everything is like you've got to try and turn things into a positive. But certainly for me, I know that if that person hadn't have copied, I wouldn't be here today. And I'm not saying that I haven't copied people, because I may have done without even realising it. I definitely get inspired by people. I'm not white than white. I do get inspired by people. I will see something, but I will do it my own way. But I do get inspiration from others as well. But I can see where other people, there's inspiration and there's copying. And there's a fine line, but I can see. But it allows me to be like, do you know what? That's great. You crack on with that then. I'm just going to go and find something new. So whatever's going on around, you've got that power to turn it into whatever you want, a good or a bad, a positive or a negative there. And this fire energy that we've got around us is going to help us burn through any of that negativity. But what it's also going to do is wear us out, because fire energy is fast and energizing, but it's also, we could literally be burnt out. So over these next couple of years particularly, we really need to take care of our health, really need to focus on our well-being. And that's pulling it back to ourselves, to our own personal responsibility, but also looking at our home, because the centre of your home is your health and wealth. Your health and well-being. Your kitchen is your health and wealth. And those two areas, just make sure they're super clean, no clutter, nothing broken, no light bulbs gone out, no pictures that you don't like, no images that remind you of somebody that you don't like, no knives out in the kitchen, even in knife blocks, put them down. Don't want any fire colours in the kitchen. There's enough fire in there. It's just tapping into those areas to make sure that they support your home. But things that you can do as well, it maybe go to the gym, maybe change your eating habits, maybe change your drinking habits, smoking habits, any other habits that you've got. Just start looking after yourself, because this fire energy will burn you out otherwise. It's got really good vibes with it, but it's also got that burnout energy with it as well. And I'm the worst one for that, because I always end up with something like this voice thing or tonsillitis from a burnout. So this I need to take on some of my own medicine here, but I'm sharing it so that you don't have to go through that same experience. So just look after yourselves. Okay, so I've done quite a lot of waffling already on lots of things. So let's have a little looky at the cards. I am going to be straight after this doing the tarot files update on YouTube. So if you're interested, we'll have that. If you're interested in the tarot, I do some YouTube things there. My next mission, not just yet, but will be to get a YouTubey person, get that properly going. But yes, they're called the tarot files. I have got the Feng Shui files, but I've not uploaded anything yet on those. So this energy that we've got this week, now we've had a lot of Pisces energy, and we've still got the full moon, the new moon in Virgo coming in. So I kind of feel like there's a mixture of cards. I normally like to pull out, I'm going to do something different. I am going to do something different. I usually like to pull out the relevant cards for the relevant astrological aspects, but I just feel like let's do a September's tarot spread. Let's do a September tarot spread. This again is another download that will be available. I've started in lockdown, and I finished, and I didn't finish, but I've now finished tarot spreads. There's over 100 tarot spreads, all different ones, all sorts of different ones. So we're going to have a look at September. I've got to finish these, and not many left. There's only about 10 left, and then they will go onto the website, which you can't access, so it doesn't really matter. As soon as it's available, you'll get emails if you've signed up. Here we are. You'll get emails if it's signed it up. If you signed up to my newsletter, but of course you can't if you haven't. Or if you're in my Facebook group, Kate May Modern Day Mystic, you will definitely get links in there. Something new that I'm going to be doing shortly. I've got the idea, it's just the time, and it's most likely going to be, no, I'm not going to say the day, don't know the day, but I will tell people when it gets to it. It's a Q&A. It's a Q&A, and it will be every week. And it's where you get to ask me questions. So you'll get to message me in questions. It will be live on Instagram, and you can ask questions during the live, but they may not get all answered, because I want to answer the ones where people have actually messaged in. And that could be a question on anything. Tarot, it might be a question, am I going to get the new job? It could be a Feng Shui question, how do I get the new job? How do I sell my house? Or tarot, when I'm moving. So we're going to combine things, and obviously a little bit of manifestation will come in with that, where I can say to you, if you're moving house, for example, if somebody asks me when am I going to move house, we'll look at the cards and I'll give a rough guide of that. And then I'll say, this is what to do in this particular part of the house or on your altars. So we're going to bring the daily tarot post that I do every day on my Instagram. I'm going to build it into a Q&A where you can ask personal questions and get personal answers. How cool is that? But I just need to get my head around it, and certainly I need to get my website ready, because I want the comments people will be asking for certain downloads because I'll be talking about them, and I want you to be able to have easy access and just say something and then you'll be given it directly there. So anyhow, that's my plan. Let's have a look at September. Let's go. Let's do September's tarot reading. Obviously, this is for the collective, so it's very general, but I'm hoping it will make sense. So do let me know when you've watched this on YouTube. Let me know if it makes sense there. And I think we can start having some personal questions rolling in. So I'd like it to be on my Instagram though, because I don't want to be running around trying to find all your messages. So if you find my Instagram, Kate May Modern Day Mystic, and then DM me your question and I will do it. What day is it today? A Sunday. I am at a retreat. I'm good for Monday. Let's do it Monday. Let's do it Monday. Monday mornings. Yes. Let's do Monday morning Q&A. I'm thinking Monday evening because there might be more people on, but I usually look quite haggard by the evenings, and it could be my vanity that stops me doing that. Do you know what? Drop me a message if you've got one, and I will let you know. I will let you know which way we go with that there. So September, current energy. What is shaping your September experience? Page of Pentacles, fabulous. Connects to the earth signs, exactly what we spoke about this week, this Taurus energy that we've got coming in, and this Virgo new moon that we're building up towards. Second one. First one, if you didn't get a chance to get your ducks in a row, second one is going to give you that second chance to get that new energy going. Ideas that might have come off in the first one, we're going to really start to go for the flow with the second one. So what is shaping for your September experience? Well, you are starting to build things now. You're setting a good foundation. There's a new practical energy around you. You've got some good ideas, potentially great for new money opportunities as well. It's slow, it's stable, it's committed, it's strong, and it's a sense of security and stability that you're building around you now from your experiences in this September. But it starts off on like a new page. So it could be experiences you've had in the past that you're now bringing new energy around, or where you're ready for a new goal connected to those. Focus. What should you prioritize this month? Self-care. Ace of Cups. Self-care all day long. Love, romance, certainly nurturing, friendships, anything that's going to make you feel amazing, anything that's going to make you feel like your cup is overflowing. That's what you need to prioritize this month. Bit of loving. What obstacles might appear and how can you navigate them? I don't believe these. Queen of Cups. She's all about nurturing yourself. She's all about taking care of yourself. And being a little bit selfish in your needs, not everybody else's needs. She's in control of her emotions. Most of the cups in the tarot have no lid, except for her. So that indicates we've got to keep a lid on our emotions. So what obstacles might appear for you? There could be some family obstacles or emotional obstacles. You may find that even spiritually, there's a little bit of blocked energy going on there, and where you've got to keep a bit of control over certain things. But how can you navigate them? By being true to yourself, by giving yourself self-care, nurturing yourself, and certainly not just being in control, but certainly doing things that are going to make you feel like you're not pouring from an empty cup. We want to fill that cup back up there. There may be some children connections, whether that's a challenge or not, but there could be some changes around the home connected to children around here, again, where we want things into some kind of control, but in a sensitive way, in a calm way, in a loving way. Opportunities. What positive outcome or growth can you invite this September? Growth. Well, the Hangman is about looking at the bigger picture, seeing things from a different perspective, letting go from what's holding you back. So as far as what positive growth can you invite, it's all about where do you want to be in 2 or 3 years, not necessarily 2 or 3 months. And looking at what you need to let go of, what's holding you back, what's ready to be released for the bigger picture there. Like I said, seeing things from a different perspective is going to give you a positive outcome. Might be hanging around a little bit though. Okay, and the last one, guidance. What advice or insight will help you make the most of September? Are you ready? Take a breath. It's the Tower. As a guidance card, the Tower, to make the best of this month, it is like a shake-up. We need to have a shake-up, guys. We need to ruffle some feathers. We need to move things around. And life, we need it to go into perhaps a different direction for the better. Now, the Tower card comes in when we want, when we don't want, when we have unexpected challenges or changes. And usually it's like, oh my goodness, what on earth's going on? But the silver lining is that we can rebuild things better, more stable, or we learn from it. So although there may be some changes that you're not necessarily in control of this month, some of you it might be just as chaos as moving. It could be a bit of chaos energy just because we're moving. It's going to have a silver lining. So the advice is just to let it all go, break it all down, bring it back to the basics, bring it back to the foundations, which is exactly what we had in the very first one, which is the current energy shaping this September. Bring it back to a foundation, let go of what you know, which we had with the hangman. Look at the bigger picture and know that from this shuffle up, from what the universe may be making things feel uncomfortable, but it's going to bring us something better. There will be silver linings coming in around. So expect the unexpected. We've got Uranus coming at the weekend. Expect the unexpected, but it could bring you some big breakthroughs there as well. Okay, so I think we've covered so much in today's session. Slightly different layout as to what I normally do, but I quite like that. I quite like what we did today. So we'll see what happens next week. We will see. I've got every intention of being back next Monday, even though today's Wednesday. I'm late, better late than never. But who knows if the universe has other plans. But all being well, have a fabulous week. If you've got any questions, drop me a comment on Instagram and I will love to answer them for you in the live. And if you want to book a reading, please do message me. Again, you can message me on Instagram because you'll get a direct link, or you can email me on katemysticmay@gmail.com and I will send you a booking link until my website's back up and running there. So how cool. Good catch up. Enjoy the week and enjoy the change of season, whatever it is for you. Remember to try and breathe and don't fire yourself up too much. Don't add fuel to other people's dramas. Bring it back to you and find your inner peace. All will be well within your heart.